There we go. Okay, well, with respect to everyone's time, I am going to get started. So welcome. Today's session is about social media marketing, specifically when it comes to RECO guidelines. Earlier in January, RECO came out with a bulletin series about advertising and specifically included social media. Now, the reason I'm giving this presentation is because I have seen a lot of the time, you know, it's easy to stop doing the best practices and it's easy to stop doing the things that are mandatory when they're very, very little. But so this is just a gentle reminder of what to do, as well as what I do to ensure that the mandatory disclaimers and stuff don't impede on my actual marketing. Because I feel like that's everyone's biggest issue is how do I include this and not, mess up my images on Instagram or make it, too obvious on my picture, but still have that mandatory disclaimer and stuff like that. So that's what we're going to get into today. So this is the RECO Bulletin from January 17th, and it talks about the obligations extending to advertising on websites and social media by agents of brokerages. So we're talking about proper identification of the real estate agent, clear and prominent identification of the employing brokerage, current, clear, and accurate information, consent to advertise certain information, and avoiding false, misleading, and deceptive information. Now, the proper identification of the agent and brokerage must be readily visible or accessible on the account profile through any of the information fields. So that being said, you do not have to include your name, title, or brokerage name and designation on every single post if it is on your Instagram profile or your Facebook profile. So in that account section, your My Account section, let's say for Instagram, you would have that little bio section on your homepage. If your name, your trading name, your designation, and your full brokerage name and designation is on that page, you don't always have to be so concerned with putting that information on every single post. It is best practice because if someone comes across that post and doesn't know who you are, then it's a great opportunity for them to get to know your name and where you're from. But that's basically what this point is saying. If that information is already on your main profile, you don't have to be worried about adding it to every post. Now, that being said, if you are using a different name than the name you are registered to trade under, for example, if you are a team or you are, using a short form name on your social media profiles, and it doesn't match the name you're trading with, then either that needs to be changed or you need to be putting that proper trading name on all of your marketing because technically it wouldn't be on your profile. So that's what this statement is saying. We're going to get into some examples. We're going to play a quick game and it's going to be really fun, I promise. And we're going to see exactly how those profiles should look and what they should not look like. The last part of this, and I'll just note this is a very condensed version of what these bulletins are saying. I do have links at the end of this presentation for you to read all of them, but these are the key points that I'm going to be touching on today. So the other key thing is, are all statements factually correct, accurate, and verifiable? An inaccurate representation is characterized by its lack of precision, making a statement that is true but vague or incomplete in situations where clarity is necessary would be considered inaccurate. So this would be if you are talking about any awards that you've received, any comparative claims, stuff like that. And this will also be an example that we touch upon. So I am telling you all of this, but I don't want to scare you. My biggest fear is that I give this presentation and everyone's like, I'm never using social media again. There's too many rules. So social media is great because you have 4.88 billion social media profiles currently active. And the average person actually spends 2.5 hours a day on social media. So many of the agents that I talk to say, you know, I got this lead because they saw my video series. They contacted me via DM when they saw my post, or they saw my Facebook ad. So people are seeing your content, and I just want to make sure that everyone is doing what they need to do to follow the rules of RECO. That's it. Now, you might be thinking, I post on social media, but no one really sees it. I don't get any leads, so I'm not going to have to worry about this. You would be incorrect. So I have pulled 2 examples here from our own company page. And you can see on the bottom, the post interactions, they're under 50. I have 34 on one and 24 on the other. To me, they're a little bit low. But what you can see at the top here is the accounts reached and the impressions. These are much, much higher numbers. And this means that there's a lot more people looking at my post and seeing my post than people interacting with it. So don't judge your content, your engagement, the number of people seeing your post based on likes and comments and stuff like that. To be able to see everything, we're going to talk more about this on Wednesday when we talk about Facebook ad generation, but you can see the insights of all of your posts, and you'll be able to see that your posts actually reach a very large number of people because that's the way social media works. So don't judge based on what you think, based on likes and comments and stuff like that. People are seeing your content. So this does in fact relate to you. So we're gonna play a quick game. Now, before we do that, let's just get everyone to enter something into the chat. Either just say good morning, hi. I just want to make sure everyone's chat is working. So if you find that chat button on your Zoom, let's just drop a little comment in there. Just make sure everyone has that. Hello. Perfect. Yes, good morning. Top 1% agents. Amazing. Hello. Yes, aloha from the north. Good morning. All right, so I think we got the chat figured out now. So what I'm going to ask is that you use the chat and type your answer on what you think is the correct answer. So for this example, we have A, B, C. We are going to judge this based on if this was a company page. So the name, the trading name and designation of the agent is not in the profile. The name of the brokerage is, and we are marketing a specific property. So is this better if I zoom in? Yes, perfect. So I'm going to go through each of the examples and I'll read them out loud to you as well. So this one is a picture of the front of the house. The caption is beautiful modern home in Silicon Valley, listed by John and Jill. DM today for more info. So that's A. B, we have homes under $1 million, a little bit about the company. And here we have address listed by Scott Gilmore, broker of record, direct line information, amount, and Realty Executives Plus LTD brokerage, each office independently owned and operated, not intended to solicit those already under contract with an agent. And C, we have very similar to B, but we have in the caption here listed by agent name, salesperson, phone number, email address, website. This brokerage has each office is independently owned and operated, not intended to solicit buyers or sellers currently under contract with another brokerage. So comment in the chat which of these, A, B, or C, you think is the correct way to market this property based on an Instagram page that does not have agent identification in the bio. C, okay. Feel like I should be playing some Jeopardy music or something. A, no, B, yes, C, yes. Okay, so we have possibly two correct answers, all right? So we got some more people joining us as well. Thinking C and D too, but super hard to read, yes. So I'll zoom in on this one again. I really want you to focus on this area here. It says the address listed by, and then right on the bottom here, Realty Executives Plus LTD brokerage, each office independently owned and operated, not intended to solicit those already under contract with a realtor. Same as C here, but in this one, we actually have the caption of the agent name, salesperson, and all of their contact information. So just B, B, and C. This is doing exactly what I was hoping it would do. This is perfect. I'm so glad no one is picking A. Okay, so let's see. So B and C are both correct. So the agent name and title are identified in the post on both. The brokerage name, title, and disclaimers are identified in the post. On Instagram and Facebook, yes, it is smaller and a little bit hard to read in this aspect. But when you're on Instagram and Facebook, as long as it's legible, it does count. C is also correct. And honestly, this is a best practice to put all of your information, especially if you are a team and everything like that, to put it in the caption as well. However, both have it in the post, the name of the agent, the trading name of the agent, and the designation. So technically both are correct. Why is A not correct? Well, in this example, there's no agent name or designation on the profile or in the post or caption, and there's no disclaimers as per RECO or this brokerage's guidelines. So that's why that one's not correct. When you see DM today or call me today, chat with me today, anything like that, and you're asking people to contact you, you are intending to solicit. So when you have something like that, you need to be putting not intended to solicit those already under contract. We will get to an example of when you don't have to do that. And honestly, it's something that I always put in, but there are times when you really don't have to worry about that. And that's when you're giving information and not intending to solicit. So we're gonna do another one. These are videos. So A is the best deal in the world, 123 any court, listed by me and my sister, call us today. B is 123 any city, place, Mississauga, call me today, Sunday 2 to 4 p.m. listed by Jane Smith Broker, Realty Executives Edge Inc. Brokerage. C, here are the best ways to get your home ready for an open house. So what I want to clarify is we're only judging based on what we see here. We're not assuming anything's in the caption. And the agent information and brokerage information is in the person's social media profile. So which one of these, based on just the information you see here, not assuming anything else, which of these is correct? So we have the agent name and designation as well as the brokerage name and designation in their profile already. So which one of these is the correct way to market? For sure. So just go through them again. Yep. Okay. So A says the best deal in the world, 123 any court, listed by me and my sister, call us today. B says 123 any city, place in Mississauga, call me today, Sunday 2 to 4 p.m., listed by Jane Smith Broker, Realty Executives Edge Inc. Brokerage. And then for C, we have here are the best ways to get your home ready for an open house. We're basing this off of no other information, just what we see here. And on the agent's information and brokerage designation being in their profile. So C is the guess for the correct answer, okay? C, okay. C, all right. Anyone want to unmute and tell me why you think it's C?
I think for me, it's because it's not misleading in any sense of the fashion. Where A has like, it's my sister. That's nice. I have a sister too. She's not a realtor though.
Yes, very good.
And B, B has some information, just not, it's just weird that they say call between 2 and 4. I just think that's a weird thing. It's like, why am I calling you on a Sunday between 2 and 4?
Yes, very weird. Not the reason it's incorrect though.
Okay.
But yes, definitely A. I don't care that you have a sister. Like, where is her information?
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone has picked C as the correct answer. Fantastic, you are correct. So your profile has yours and your brokerage's identification in it. There's no other disclaimers necessary because you are not attempting to solicit, you are just giving information. If you were to say, DM me today or call me today, I'd love to, grab a coffee with you. That is when you have to put in the disclaimer, not intended to solicit those already working with an agent.
Mm-hmm.
Can I clarify that we don't need to relist our name, title, and brokerage name on the ad if it's in our title?
Mm-hmm.
Correct. If your name, title, and your brokerage's full name are on your social media profile on your main page, you do not have to repost them on your or add them to your ad or anything like that. It is a best practice, but it's not mandatory. So why are A and B incorrect? Well, A has comparative claims without verifiable facts. The best deal in the world. I would love to know who said that. There is identification of yourself on your profile. However, your sister is not identified on your profile. So both her name and her designation would need to be shown on this post. B, so even though the profile does have clear designation of the agent and the brokerage, it is a great practice to put your information on the post or in the caption. It's another great opportunity for people to see your name, especially if they don't follow you. But again, not mandatory if all that information is properly in your profile. The real issue with this is there's no disclaimer when you are asking them to contact you. This is where you would need to put not intended to solicit buyers or sellers already under contract, because you're asking them to contact you, call me today. If you were just giving information, then that would be different. The last thing about these kind of disclaimers that we need to talk about is that agents are expected to comply with their brokerage's lawful advertising policies. So with Realty Executives Plus, for example, we have the disclaimer that each office is independently owned and operated. So you can see maybe a little bit better with this. In that disclaimer in the bottom of my ad, it says Realty Executives Plus LTD brokerage, each office independently owned and operated, not intended to solicit those already under contract with a realtor. So that is something, and I will get to the template at the end of the presentation, that I keep in my notes and I just copy and paste. I probably haven't typed this out in 2 years, but I just copy and paste it. And I do it on all of the templates that I use for the weekly listings that I post, especially because we are a company page and not an independent person, an independent agent. But again, if you are using your brokerage's name on any marketing like that, you need to check with your brokerage to see what their disclaimers are. And if you're with Plus, this is ours. Does anyone have any questions about disclaimers, or does anyone want to go back to the examples to see kind of what you were thinking versus what I'm telling you to do. No questions, we're all good. Okay. Love to know where my screen went. Try that again. There we go. Okay. So these are the RECO bulletins. I'm going to be sending out this just so that everyone has the links. Advertising requirements, permitted terms, and advertising online. Now, with this transition, especially with TRUSA and these new bulletins in January, RECO has allowed agents to use a lot more different designations. So before you were kind of limited. Now there's a whole list you're able to use as long as you use them correctly. They're all you have a question? Yes.
Can you zoom out?
Oh, yeah.
I can't see what you're seeing.
Can you see now? Yes? Yes, okay. So these are these bulletins. So you can, I'm not sure if you can see, but when I scroll over them, you're able to click on them directly. So when I send this out, you'll be able to have all these bulletins. They're a few pages long, each of them, but they are really important when you're looking at marketing and advertising. Today is kind of just like a quick summary of all of that and a little game. These are also templates available to you in Prime Agent. I have linked them directly here, so you actually don't have to go into Prime Agent. You can just click on them directly. You have single photo templates, multi-photo templates, market update templates, and testimonial templates. Those single photo templates and multi-photo templates are very similar to the ones I showed you that comply with RECO. You would just need to add that little disclaimer at the bottom, depending on your brokerage name, any of your brokerage's requirements, and the RECO not intended to solicit, etc. So all of that is kind of set up for you already. You just need to add in your own information and your disclaimers. These are amazing templates. And if you need any help customizing them or saying, I have no idea where to put this disclaimer, it's messing up everything, you just send me a quick email. I have no issue either walking you through it, or if you want to share your content with me, I can always go in and edit as well. Please take advantage of the fact that I have a pro account. There are quite a few features that are really cool. You definitely do not need a Canva Pro account, but if you ever come across something, sometimes Canva has these pro features that are really cool and you're like, I really want to use this, but I don't have a pro account. Just email me. I can download it for you. I can print it for you, whatever you need. So keep it in your notes. This is a template I'm also going to be sending out. It is super great to add to the end of the caption of any of your posts. This way, you actually wouldn't have to worry about putting this information on the graphic directly. And you don't have to worry about if you're using, you know, a nickname or a team name or anything that doesn't have this identification in your social media profile. The main place that I see this is actually Facebook. So Facebook has a very, very short bio section. It's, I believe, 75 characters. So in that, a lot of people will just have their name, no brokerage information, and very generic Facebook graphics. So one of the ways on Facebook that you can actually add in more information than what it's allowing you to add in the bio section is doing a really great cover photo. So that long photo you see on the top of your Facebook, a lot of the times I'll help agents create one that has all of the proper information in it, so you don't have to worry about finding a place for it in your Facebook profile. Yes, yeah, it's very cool. And it gives you an opportunity to use that 75 character bio section for something other than all the mandatory stuff. So that's kind of a way around Facebook. Instagram, you are you have an option to add a lot more information than you do with Facebook. But other things are the same, like your TikTok profile. If you don't have this information in your profile, it needs to be there. If you are using LinkedIn, YouTube, anything like that, your profile would need to have these designations. That's all for my screen sharing and games today. I really just wanted to get this information out to you guys because, like I said, I'm seeing a lot more people using social media, which is really, really great. And I love that. I just want to make sure everyone's doing it properly. Does anyone have any questions about social media at all, or any of the RECO guidelines at all? No questions? I was super clear. Amazing. I love that. Well, thank you for joining me for a quick session on a Monday morning. This is super quick, but it is really important. So I appreciate you guys showing up and participating. How was the game? Yes or no? Is good? Good? Okay. Oh, this is a good question I received. Okay. So we are going to be talking about Facebook a lot on Wednesday, but the question I just received was, how do I get back a Facebook account that's been suspended? So this actually, I will tell you, this happened 2 years ago, I think, to our Realty Executives International Facebook page.
Oh dear.
Yes, very much. Oh dear. Right at the time of our international conference. So it was quite a time. They went through the whole process of making a complaint to Facebook, keeping, a query open with them, doing the whole, security ticket. You really just have to be patient. I've seen this happen quite a few times. Facebook has a lot of rules that they change constantly. If Facebook is the way that you're wanting to market, there are lots of rules, lots of things that can happen, especially when it comes to spam messages and stuff like that, that really need to be looked out for. I'm more than happy to go one-on-one with you if you want to share your issues, your Facebook page, like in a share screen, and walk through everything. I've also helped agents kind of create tickets with Facebook to go through the whole process of either regaining their Facebook page, or sometimes a post or an ad will be against Facebook guidelines and they're like, nope, that's enough from you. I'm blocking your profile. And it's like, oh, okay, hold on a second. So Facebook is a great way to get connected, but there are a lot of issues that come up with Facebook. The two main social medias that I've seen turn around business are Instagram and TikTok. They have far less issues than Facebook. I'm actually going to put my email and direct phone number in the chat for everyone, so you guys can reach out to me if you have any questions about any of these issues about Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Yeah, it's marketing on Facebook, like I said, is great, but I'm seeing more issues with it than not. Does anyone feel the same way about Facebook, or is that just me? Yes, nodding, yes.
I launched an ad campaign on Facebook and I thought it was going great. I was getting my invoices from Meta,
Okay.
but I don't think I was getting the reach, because if you look at the graphs and everything, I'm stumped. Like, I'm absolutely stumped, and I'm a little pissed off too, because
Okay.
I thought I was going to reach a whole bunch of people. I
Yeah.
did talk to Jake once
Okay.
again, and we were going to set up a meeting, but it didn't happen.
Okay. I just put my email and direct number in the chat. You guys are more than welcome to reach out to me at any time. If I don't answer immediately, I will get back to you. But the Facebook ads, that is actually our session on Wednesday.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
diving into that fully. It's funny, we did one, well, I'll give you guys are here, so I'll give you the insight now. We did one ad for Scott's listing in Welland. And in 2 weeks, we received, I'm going to say 30 leads, and relatively good leads. They weren't spammy. They were proper names and phone numbers. They were looking to either look at the house. Some were working with realtors already, but some were not. We did one recently for the sale of a condo. Now the ads for the leads from that came back, and while they were in abundance, we got lots of them. A lot of them were lease leads, and that's not at all what we were marketing. So Nancy, I would really like to see the insights that you have. If you either want to do a call and we can share a screen, or send me screenshots of what you see for the insights. I would really like to see that.
Yeah, whenever you're free, that would be helpful, because I've gone in and although I have come leaps and bounds with technology, I'm still not there, and I'm incredibly frustrated.
Yeah, it is frustrating. We've done quite a few different ads on Facebook alone, and it's only just since we've been doing it this way. And the only reason, frankly, that I do it this way is because we invested in a coach to tell us how to do it this way, because we were trying to do it alone and it wasn't working. Let me say, it was working, but they were very cold leads or spammy leads. And that's obviously not what we're looking for. So what is also funny is Jake did a Facebook lead generation session. Facebook's changed their lead generation system since he did that. So that's the other reason we're doing another one. So it hasn't changed as much as you think. So Nancy, I'm sure like if you followed it to his aspect, you would have been fine. But they did add in a lot of AI features. And the thing about Facebook is you want them to do what they want to do. So when they say, we want to add music to your post some of the time, you say, okay, sure, go ahead. Because Facebook would like to think they're in control. They're very needy like that. But we're going to go through all of this on Wednesday. Again, it will be recorded, so you'll be able to go through it at any time. Now that we do it this way and we have a handle on kind of not only how we create the ad, how we track the ad, and the follow-up that's needed for it, we're going to be doing more of these Facebook ad sessions, because we obviously want to keep you guys up to date with their changes. And they're always, like I said, there are always quite a few of them. Did anyone have any other questions about social media or like literally anything? Herbert, did you want to talk a bit about actually the leads that were coming in off Confederation Parkway and kind of the follow-up system that you're using? I know we're going to talk about this on Wednesday, but.
Yes, give me 1 second. I'm just going to bring it up so I can get the actual numbers, because it's been absolutely crazy how many leads have been coming in. So I have a condo for sale at 3900 Confederation Parkway, just over here by Square One. When we implemented the new Facebook ads that Michelle learned, it was immediate in terms of the amount of leads coming in. The good and bad of this was the good, numerous leads coming in, many leads put in a proper name, first and last, proper phone number, and a proper email. So that hands down, for me, that's a win, because many of the leads that we get somewhere else, many people just put in as a phone number, as an example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's all they put for a phone number, or they put don't bother me at gmail.com. So, this has been instrumental. It's been great getting these leads. The calls that I'm making to people, like Michelle said, most of them are lease. They're looking to rent. And it's something that Michelle and I are going to be working on to look at, well, what is it? And I think a lot of these people just quickly see the condo, they like it, submit their information, but don't really read what it is in terms of this condo is for sale, as an example. So maybe something we got to change there. But I'm working with the people who are looking for leases anyways, because the information they're giving me, they're open to talk, they are looking. So these are active leads and not just simply somebody saying, well, maybe next year. So fantastic leads coming in. I'm using Follow Up Boss to keep on top of everything. So because you got to call them consistently, you got to text them, email them, phone them, let me call you back. All that kind of stuff has to be organized and everything. But the way that Michelle's going to be showing everybody on Wednesday, the method is fantastic. You just got to be ready for the amount of contacts you're going to get from this.
Which is certainly not a bad thing. And it is whatever CRM works for you. Very, very common statement. The best CRM is the one that you use. A lot of our agents in Mississauga use Follow Up Boss. You have the ability to call and text directly from it. I know some CRMs are on whiteboards, they're on pieces of paper, they're in phones. I particularly don't care. As long as you use one, then I'm happy. Yeah, the amount of people we've been getting to add to databases has been great. We have not had a full deal turn out from any of them yet, so I'm not going to promise anything, but that's the thing with leads. You can't promise something. You can do your due diligence, keep them updated, keep them on those drip campaigns. And unless you have an ISA working for you to pre-qualify those leads, you're going to be the one doing all the calling and all the follow-up and stuff. But we want to get you those leads, so we're going to be sharing all that good Facebook advertising techniques on Wednesday. So yeah, that is kind of it for me today. If you guys don't have any other questions, thank you.
I'm sorry. And
yes,
when did we implement this, Michelle? When did we start doing this?
Sorry,
For 3,900.
It was a week on Thursday.
So a week on Thursday, I currently have 46 people who have submitted their contact information, names, phone number, emails, and they have been picking up the phone. So these are awesome leads.
Well, even if you get, what is the statistic on that? 10%? Even if you get 10% that actually do a deal with you, you're a winner.
Yeah, and we all know that even if somebody does call in regarding, oh, I'm just looking to rent, they can potentially turn into a buyer. Mm-hmm. So these are fantastic leads. You just got to nurture them now, and you got to keep on top of that.
That's right.
Yeah. But from all accounts, the people I'm seeing on this call, we all know that we're good. Like Herbert said, top 1% on a lovely Monday morning. Yes. Yeah.
Very nice.
Thank you guys again. And I hope that I see everyone on Wednesday. You guys today got a little, super insight into what to expect on Wednesday. And yeah, you're so welcome. It's important to me that I share, because I am the one seeing all of your social media and working with a lot of you for social media purposes. And I just want to make sure everyone has the opportunity to have these templates, have the understanding of what you need to say when, and when you can sometimes, not be so strict on disclaimers and stuff like that. Does anyone have any final thoughts, questions, anything like that? No, we're all good. All right. Well, have a fabulous rest of your Monday. Thank you for taking the time, and I'll see you on Wednesday.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.